Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lepakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 22nd of May. Indian Prime Minister inaugurates various projects in home province, Gujarat. Trump discusses terrorism security situation with Afghan counterpart. And Pakistani University reopens over a month after student's death. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday reached in Western Gujarat province on a two-day visit. His visit is aimed at launching various development projects in the province.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a two-day visit to his home province Gujarat. He inaugurated various projects at the Kandla port and Bachao, and also addressed a public meeting at Gandhidham and Bachao in Kutch district. Prime Minister Modi laid the foundation stone for various development projects in the district on Monday. On Tuesday, he will visit capital Gandhinagar to participate in the opening ceremony of the meetings of African Development Bank Group. This is Prime Minister Modi's third visit to Gujarat after assuming office in 2014. Assembly elections are also expected to be held in Gujarat later this year, and the Prime Minister is expected to campaign actively for his Bharatiya Janata Party in his home province.
Moving on, US President Donald Trump held a meeting with his Afghan counterpart Ashraf Ghani on the sidelines of the Arab Islamic American Summit in Saudi Arabia's capital, Riyadh. Both the leaders discussed security and the fight against terrorism in the country, the White House said in a statement on Monday. The meeting comes following the Taliban attack at an Afghan military base in North Balkh province in April, which left over 150 soldiers dead. The US authorities have been considering sending additional troops to help the Afghan security forces. US and NATO forces in Afghanistan are in a non-combat role and train, advise and assist local troops. However, a revised US policy on Afghanistan is expected in the upcoming Brussels meeting on security, which is scheduled for later this week.
3640.
Meanwhile, people of Pakistan-administered Kashmir have been continuing their months-long protest for permanent status of their jobs. No response from the government has irked the locals of the disputed territory.
Employees of technical education in Pakistan-administered Kashmir have been on a protest for the past 5 months. They claim Prime Minister of the region, Farooq Haider, had promised them regularization of their jobs but did not fulfill it. With no government assistance and not having received their salaries for the past 4-5 months, the employees presented a hopeless picture.
हमारी सूरत हाल ये है कि बच्चे हमारे छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं, 5-6 बच्चे हैं। पिछले अरसे में जो है ना जो नए एडमिशन हुए हैं स्कूलों में हम पैसे न होने की वजह से हम लोग जो है ना अपने बच्चों के दाखिले नहीं करवा सके।
हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब ने हमारे साथ ये वादा किया था कि हम तमाम लोगों को परमानेंट करेंगे और हमने जनवरी में भी हड़ताल की थी और 12 दिन हड़ताल के बाद प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब ने हमें कहा कि हम 4 दिन के अंदर आपके मुतालबात को पूरा करेंगे, लेकिन 4 दिन के बावजूद हमारा 4 माह गुजर गए लेकिन कोई भी हमारी दादरसी न हो सकी। और प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब ने हमें लिख कर भी दिया था और कहा भी था कि हम लोग मैं किसी को फारग नहीं करूँगा, लेकिन इसके बावजूद हम 4 माह से तनख्वाह से महरूम में।
Most of the employees claim they are unable to switch to any other job. People allege that the rudimentary political structure in Pakistan-administered Kashmir is anything but representative and democratic. Locals of the illegally occupied territory blame the apathetic attitude of the federal government of Islamabad for their problems.
Moving on to news from Pakistan, after staying closed for over a month, the main campus of Abdul Wali Khan University in Pakistan's Mardan district reopened on Monday. The campus was closed following the death of a university student who was killed by a violent mob over blasphemy allegations.
Students of Abdul Wali Khan University in Pakistan's Mardan district flocked to the varsity on Monday morning amid tight security. The university campus reopened for the first time since Mashal Khan, a university student, was killed by a violent mob at the college premises on April 13 over blasphemy allegations. Police conducted a search operation at the university's hostel early Monday morning and recovered guns, pistols and knives. According to reports, political activities have been banned on the campus premises. Varsity Garden campus, where student Mashal was brutally killed, will be reopened on May 25. 23-year-old Mashal was attacked by a vigilante mob incited by rumors for allegedly publishing blasphemous content online. Mardan police have so far arrested 53 suspects for involvement in the murder case.
In news from Sri Lanka, in a bid to restore confidence in the administration's handling of the economy, Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena switched the finance and foreign ministers in a cabinet reshuffle on Monday.
Sri Lanka's President Maithripala Sirisena on Monday reshuffled the cabinet, changing 9 ministerial portfolios and appointing a provincial minister to one of his ministries. Sirisena switched the finance and the foreign ministers in the cabinet reshuffle. Mangala Samaravira, who has been the foreign minister since January 2015, was appointed as finance and media minister. Sirisena also shifted Arjuna Ranatunga out of the ports ministry. Ranatunga had blocked a $1.1 billion Chinese port deal following flake that it would draw the tiny nation deeper into debt. The spokesman quoted the president saying the change at cabinet is aimed at giving fresh impetus to development work as growth remains anemic, following 4.4% in 2016 from 4.8% in the previous year.
Moving on to news from Nepal, with less than 3 weeks left for commencement of the second phase of local polls, the new session of Nepal Parliament started discussion over the budget on Monday. Prime Minister Pushp Kamal Dahal was expected to address the Parliament, but the House Speaker adjourned the parliamentary meeting and announced that discussion over the budget would start from Tuesday morning. The constitutional provision of bringing the budget by May 29th this year has overshadowed the amendment bill in the parliament. The agitating Madhesi parties in Nepal have long been demanding amendment in constitution as well as increase in the number of local levels. Though the government has tabled new amendment bill on the parliament, it is yet to move forward with it. More news from Nepal. A team of Gurkhas have made history by becoming the first serving Gurkha soldiers to scale the world's highest peak, the Mount Everest.
A team of Gurkhas became the first serving Gurkha soldiers to reach the summit of Mount Everest last week. Krishna Thapa Magar, along with 2 other Gurkhas, scaled the world's highest peak on May 15th. They returned to Kathmandu on Friday. While 10 other members, 6 Gurkhas and 4 British members also stood atop the world's highest peak on May 17th. Prior to this success, no serving Gurkha soldier has scaled Mount Everest.
It's one of the proud moments and one of the most stunning moments in my life.
The 13-member expedition also became the first to reach the summit from the South Col this season. When climbers attempt to climb Everest from the southeast ridge in Nepal, their final camp is situated on the South Col.
We were not thinking about summiting first. It just the situation, condition in the mountain, I think it was the destiny. The Gurkhas will summit first this year.
A selected team of Gurkha soldiers was set to attempt to summit Everest in 2015 to celebrate 200 years of Gurkha service to the British Crown, but were forced to return after an earthquake killed dozens and forced mountaineers off the world's tallest peak.
Moving on, India's northern hill province of Himachal Pradesh has got its biggest solar power plant, which will generate 400,000 units of electricity in 1 year.
Built at a cost of $308,000, India's northern Himachal Pradesh province's largest solar power plant started recently and will generate 400,000 units of electricity in 1 year. The 230 kilovolt solar plant has been set up in a short span of 3 months by Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited or SJVNL. According to the project general manager, the Natpa Jagri project of the SJVNL has saved nearly $49,644 after establishing the plant.
इससे लगभग 4 लाख यूनिट हर साल जनरेशन होगी और 5-6 साल में ये प्लांट अपनी कीमत पूरी कर लेगा। इसकी ऊर्जा हम कहीं बाहर नहीं बेचेंगे, जो हमारी आंतरिक ज़रूरतें हैं परियोजना की उसी में इस्तेमाल करेंगे और जितनी एनर्जी हम सोलर से बना पाएंगे उतनी एनर्जी हम विद्युत विभाग से कम खरीदेंगे।
The solar plant will cater to the internal needs of the SJVNL, thus significantly reducing their dependence on power department for electricity.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Indian Prime Minister inaugurates various projects in home province, Gujarat. Trump discusses terrorism security situation with Afghan counterpart. And Pakistani University reopens over a month after student's death. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/Asia Newsline and follow us on Twitter @Asia Newsline. Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.